Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we're playing Disco Elysium. In today's episode, we're going to try our very best to become a respectable detective. We're going to try and earn our partner Kim's respect and do the very best job we can to be a good detective and not the drunken mess that we woke up from. So, without further ado, let's hop into the game. All right. Hello?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Hello? How are you?
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
Okay, she extends her hand in greeting. Well, at least she's a friendly person.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Joyce L. What does the L stand for? RCM, what is that? I'm a little foggy here. What gave us away? Shake her hand. Let's be polite. Let's shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
Oh boy.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Okay, good.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Now, Kim had told us before we should ask completely off-the-wall questions because since she's like from an official organization, she's going to tell us a lot of things without actually giving us any useful information.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even.
Yes.
This is a tactic.
Exactly. So we need to try and ask
It happens quicker than a
crazy
shooting star.
off-the-wall
But
questions.
did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Oh boy.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Okay, so you're on a boat. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? What can you tell me about this strike? What can you tell me about this lynching? You seem rich. Can I have some money? Okay, that seems the most off-the-wall thing. So, you seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
What? Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics?
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat.
Okay.
While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible. Within reason.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces.
Okay, she's
Your
not going to give us
armpits
the
are
time of
lax.
day.
A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Ashamed? I'm not ashamed. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before. I'm a working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough, as I should be, for even considering it. This is a woman and I'm a man. Yes, and I should make my own money by now. What? Okay.
Yes. You're too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Odinel.
Okay, fine. We
As I
won't
was
ask her for
saying,
money.
If there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, so if we actually said it, that'd be low. Alright, what can you tell me about this lynching? Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Okay, so what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
Okay.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Okay, who are the other Indo tribes? You're in good company, it seems. How much money does Wild Pines have? Who are the other Indo tribes?
Son Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Okay. You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow, that's it? I thought Wild Pines was supposed to be big times. Numbers like that mean nothing to me. The money I owe is so much less than that. We're trying to be completely off the wall. The money I owe is so much less than that.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks.
Okay.
A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormentang on behalf of the suzerain.
Alright.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this
Hey,
endeavor.
thanks for the follow,
Vessels
Molly.
pass through
Welcome
the
in.
great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing.
Apricots.
It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
It probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly. What does a huge system want with a place like this? Yeah, let's look around. What does a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world? That's quite the endeavor indeed. You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. I don't know which one is more unhinged. This one sounds a little hostile. So I don't know. Let's go for 8% of all cargo in the world.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
Okay, you're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Let's see. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It
Okay.
is not an archipelago.
But that's what she just said we were on, right? I thought Lukai was one big island. Still, I haven't seen anyone else sell a boat around here.
Okay, if you want to get technical, the point is we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sell a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
I mean,
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle.
he likes his
It's
car.
for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Okay, so they're just gonna ping pong that back and
You
forth.
need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, I do. Then she'll give us some money.
Before you do, it will be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Okay, does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Okay, how do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Okay, what an
I'm
expression.
enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Exactly. All right, you have a license for the boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles.
Okay.
Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on.
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Yes, exactly. Precisamundo. Class wartime, baby. No, it's a symbol of our subjugation to foreign capital, the bad kind of capital. Forget about it, I was out of line. Yes, exactly.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
He doesn't look like he thinks you'll best her in single combat.
Then what does that say?
She points to
Does
the
it
plaque
say
on the side of the
docking
pier.
reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A? 33A? This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Reaction speed. Fire back quick, sure. Oh. Okay, well, we've sucked.
takes
We
a sip.
failed. It's gonna happen.
Okay,
Something is about to happen. Point to your head in here.
of course.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
They will come from my head, the arguments. Wave your hand next to your head. It will help.
It doesn't.
Keep waving your hand slowly.
My, it's as if there's a tiny spinner on the side of his head and he's reeling thoughts out.
Except he isn't.
A thought is going to come out of my head and into my mouth, and I will say
Of
it.
course.
Keep doing it. We gotta heal our morale.
Lieutenant, I truly don't understand what is happening here.
I
Okay.
told you his methods are unconventional.
I swear I'm unusually sharp. I don't know what happened. Why am I not killing it? What were we talking about anyway?
It was quite a while ago, but I think, yes, we were discussing my fast, large, ineluctably middle-class boat.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Okay, so this is actually about the murder. This is actually the important
information I'm
part.
to share with you includes sensitive
Ooh,
trade
secret
secrets.
task.
For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Oh, that's gonna be a bit of a problem.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57.
Okay.
And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see.
She
So
looks
are you
increasingly
saying
worried.
you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life in the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything, this world, this city, nothing. Yes. Let's give as little information as possible there.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Oh, you're not gonna let me just... Okay, let's see. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
Of course, of course. Absolutely.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
Of course.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Yes,
Of
we are.
course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Oh, we gotta get our badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Okay, we're not going +1 sympathy for your amnesia, +1 pities your boat failure. It's a, I don't know. It's suggestion. I wonder if we could give ourselves a point in it while we're, we gotta level up. Let's see, suggestion. Where is that at? Suggestion. Can we level it up? Okay. So now what is it? 58? Let's see. How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Feelings
Failure.
will guide the way.
But madam, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me, and it's the case I'm solving.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
You have so much else. I only have this. This is the entirety of my existence. No. You don't understand. It's not like a side case for me. This is my main thing. Ugh. I feel like both of these options are gonna kill me. Can we just, like, escape out of here?
Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
Oh boy, you have so much else. I have only this. This is the entirety of my
She's
existence.
silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
This boat, for example, in a home somewhere. I only have this case. No.
Officer.
The carbon fiber hull creaks. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There is only this coast and this lynching. This is the case I will be known by. This probably is the case we'll be known by because it's our biggest screw up ever.
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
Yes.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
Did we actually manage to negotiate through absolute completely screw up ways? Like, seriously? Like
The
what?
Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it.
Okay, I think we saw something to that
Or
effect.
you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Probably.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam.
Lonesome. Long
We
way
have a
home.
thought. Okay, we had a thought.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager
Is that our
Road.
address? No.
You no longer live there.
Oh.
Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here?
Exactly.
Why are you still here? And where's the dealer?
The
You
dealer?
have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so we got learning cap for perception raised to 5. Nice. Okay. That one we don't want to internalize that. Do we have any? We can do this thought. What would this give us? No, it would give us no bonuses. So I don't know why we would want to do that. Are there any other thoughts we can internalize? I don't think so. All right. Well, I think that is good for that. We had a secret thing. Okay, there's something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or perhaps if you did her a favor, she could waive off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. Yes, we do. Okay, let's see what he wanted to talk about. Alright. So let's talk. Let's chat.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, detective.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Oh, so we're her henchmen now? Or we're henchmen now?
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Uh-oh.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
The company must have more ears in the ground. She could have known about my condition. What do you propose, that we don't investigate the drug trafficking? We could just, find my badge. I mean, that honestly is probably the best solution, but I don't know how we do that.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
Yes.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
Oh boy.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Okay, so what do you propose? That we don't investigate it?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay. I wonder what we say. The company must have more ears in the ground. She could have known about it. I mean, maybe, but let's get back to her then. Alright, so we agree to investigate, but we don't tell her about it.
Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine,
I
GBL,
mean,
and
have you
various
seen
synthetic
Kuno?
psychedelics.
I kind of think
Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
So let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Okay.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
Okay, and you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Okay.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Am I gonna need bolt cutters for this? The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
Okay.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Yeah.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
We already found out about that, like apples. We didn't know why we were wanting to look at apples, but now we know.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Okay.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Okay. What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There
Makes
was a
you wonder.
shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
Okay.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think this strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Okay. Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Okay, I guess so.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Okay.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. Okay.
She simply nods.
Alright, so thank you, that's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Alright, so did we actually get the quest, or do we need to say something about that? Do her a favor. Okay, we may have to actually accept that. Let's see about accepting that
You're
real
back.
fast.
The lorries are
I've made up
still
my mind.
Yes?
We will take this case, accept, probe the drivers, and see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
Alright.
It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need.
Alright.
In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Can I have some money?
Voila! You're doing
Oh
it.
my gosh, it worked! Can I have some money, ma'am?
Of course. How much do you need?
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
Okay. So how much do we even need? We need, let's see. I think it wasn't it 130? It doesn't say here, but I feel like, wasn't it 130? I need 130 real.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She pulls out, she reaches into her raincoat and pulls out a zip bag. In it, you see paper notes arranged like plastic gills.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch.
Wow!
There must be about 200 real in that zip bag, maybe a little less, plus some change at the bottom.
Nice.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I'm an honorable policeman. One of the few good men in Revachol. You bribed me, all right. I'm your little peon now. I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out. I'm an honorable policeman. One of the few good men in Revachol.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Okay, so maybe we need to call the precinct now?
Which he most certainly will do.
Okay.
Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
Thank you. That's all for now. Well, let's ask about the strike.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Okay, what is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Okay.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Okay.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
That's true.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean Measurehead.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
She leans back and rolls her eyes. So the strike is connected to the lynching.
Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later.
Okay. All right. How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
Okay.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Okay.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
So this is not a one-time thing. It's kind of a pattern of behavior, as it were.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Okay. What happened to this Gaumont? What are their demands? The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? Tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare. What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
How would that even work?
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Exactly. It seems they have no idea about business. That's what I'm thinking.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
What does that even mean? Most of them probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Uh-huh.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going to do? I don't like any of these. That's pretty funny. I have to admit, the workers can't be kings. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Makes sense.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too, because we still have to figure that out, don't we?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Okay.
This checks out.
Okay.
No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the Wild Pines Group has more effective channels of information. After all, 2,200 people are on strike. This is a big deal for them.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Off midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Oh. Huh. Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Okay. Tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him. Is he that bad? He can't be that bad. What do we say? Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two of him?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh, so it looks like it's always the same
It's
guy
how
on
they circumvent
duty.
the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled knows how much of their workers' dues.
Huh, okay. What about the union itself outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that.
Okay.
Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be,
okay.
I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
An effective advocate for the rights of the local working men, a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol, basically a socialist mob? I prefer not having an opinion on these things. So they are holding up traffic. They won't work, so they won't do the jobs that need to get done. And they're preventing people who want to work from working. So yeah, it kind of sounds like a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Okay, one more thing. Let's see, the scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Let's see. No, I mean scabs. Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there, right? You're right. I don't know what got into me. Some of that degenerate dock worker lingo has rubbed off, it seems. Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there, right?
If these strike breakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
Okay.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
All right. One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Really?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of
Ever?
story.
That sounds
This
suspicious.
forewoman, her name?
Yeah, what was her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the union's files.
Eerie?
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter.
I
The point of
guess.
the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Good to know.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
All right, well, that's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course.
That's
How
all
else
for
can
now.
I help?
That's all for now. What do we got here?
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged.
I mean, probably.
That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Yeah, I ride a little. I'm not sure I ride. I ride till I die. Yeah, I ride a little.
A little. You make money. You got gills, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them.
Okay.
You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas.
Okay.
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
I mean, I did take that bribe from... I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy?
No.
Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth?
I
But
hope
you
not.
still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself,
Okay.
are you rich?
Depends on what you mean. I'm not financially rich, but I'm sure we have good qualities. So yes, quite.
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
It's because that guy writing me, the system is broken. There's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. I don't know, why am I so poor?
Because of the taxes.
Oh.
G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in
Okay.
your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Road
Okay.
tax is almost non-existent in the Gotham estate. That is Revachol.
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, this tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gotham estate's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
No. I'm a free market fundamentalist now. Are you sure? This seems like a pretty big number. This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type. What? This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type. Opt out? I don't know what that means. Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Opt in, but only a little. Bleeding nipples are kind of a pain, but how will deregulation help with that? What is this even about? I don't understand. I'm a free market fundamentalist now. I mean, I want to keep my money. I don't want them to. I need this money to pay off my debt. I don't know. We work for the government. We have to opt out.
What are you, a racist? Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep it street.
What in the
This
world?
guy's appropriating the emerging boogie street lingo as part of his sales pitch for the free market economy.
Okay. Well, if not being an ultra-liberal makes me a racist, then I guess I should be an ultra-liberal. You're trying to sound like a boogie street youth to peddle me this stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, ain't it cool, Ryder? Ain't it street?
So we can either opt in or opt out? I don't know. If not being an ultra-liberal makes me a racist, then I should be an ultra-liberal. Let's just... I don't know what this is all about. What opt out of that? That's so weird. What a weird thought. This guy has some crazy thoughts. What is this? Looks like there was construction here once decades ago. Okay, so we need to report our donation, right? So we'll be above board. I think we will just go ahead and head back to Kim's car and we'll give it a good report. Give them a status report. It's already like almost 5 o'clock, so we got to get back soon and pay off our debt so that we have a place to stay, and then we can come talk to some of the lorry riders.
Inside,
I think
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay, let's pull out the toolbox
A
and see
metallic
what we
drawer
need.
slides out from under the seat.
Let's go ahead
clicks
and
into
take
place.
these.
The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take the rubber-handled chain
The
cutters.
handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
All right, and let's take the flashlight because it's getting night and we might need a flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue.
All right.
Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Right. All right, so push that
The
back
pull-out
and...
toolbox slides back into its nest.
Then
Preheater
we're-
gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
We'll pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Okay, we need to connect to the 41st again.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
There's personal details I'd like to discuss. Okay. Well, if we say this, is that going to give us an option? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's
Hotel
going to
that,
give us...
10-10, over and out.
Okay, well, never mind. I thought we would have to report it, but maybe we just can go pay off our debt. And, yeah, we'll pay off our debt, and then we'll at least have a place to sleep tonight. Which, I'm gonna be honest, was one thing I was worried about, because I was like, how are we gonna come up with all this money? Oh, there's a guy there, too. We could talk to him. But first...
Can I help you?
Alright, so about that money I owe,
Yes. Have you got it?
I have your money.
Well,
Okay. Here's the 130 real. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
Alright, we
It's
did
good
it.
you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically.
I'm glad we paid too. He taps his foot against a metal box installed at the back of the bar counter.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Okay.
I'll take a room here too.
Okay, and he opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing This Place to Your body is ready, sire.
Okay, goodbye. Now let's go talk to this guy over here. I'm curious, was this a lorry driver? Or is this one of the other? Oh, there's another guy there too.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes
all
you
about money, you
teary-eyed
know?
with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Let's say not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust
Yes.
for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade?
Yes.
With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Nope. We are cutting you off. Finish the thought. Let's talk to this guy. He's asleep. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping on the table wearing mudcake boots, rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch.
Is it
On
like
the
a...
counter, rolled
It's gonna
out
be a
of
card,
his
right?
open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Inspect the piece of plastic on his carboner.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
That is probably illegal. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. Why would we need it? Pick up the pills?
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Okay.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your
right.
character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale.
We
if
actually
you have
already
morale
had to do
damage.
that a couple of times. Now, we could take his card, but I don't know why we would need it right now. So let's just wait until we find out if we actually even need that. For now, let's go talk to some of the trolley workers. Now, we could talk to our friend here again.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Let's see. You seem like a man who knows about drugs. That's gonna be insulting, isn't it? Oh, well, it's the only thing we could say, right?
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way
Oh.
back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Okay.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. You finance those other addictions with drug trafficking. I need to get high and I'm looking for a dealer. No, let's just... He's been straight with us. Let's be straight with him. I mean, maybe... I'm not a cop, so this could totally be like the wrong answer. But I feel like I'm going to be honest.
We have a credible lead, sir.
Oh.
Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he
Not
said
me,
basically
man.
what
No
we
way.
said.
I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Okay. Well, we still can't see what's in his eyes. That's all for now. Alright, I didn't think it was him anyways. I wasn't wanting to accuse him anyways. It's more like I wanted to see if he might know someone. This is the guy I think is smuggling him.
Looking for something?
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
You smell booze and cigarettes. What's different about narcotics?
You know where that comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector.
Uh-huh.
They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow.
Of course,
It's
we're back to
racial sabotage.
this.
Racial economic sabotage.
Hold on, but they make alcohol in Ilmara too, I was told they do. So I take it you're not smuggling drugs out of Martini's. Look, I agree it's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets in Revachol, right? They make alcohol in Ilmara too.
I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much, but they do no booze.
So I agree it's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then,
I don't know and if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other Kamanurs have left?
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking on at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some Kip boys smashed his luck and took damn near everything. Lost his job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
Exactly. Like, how is that a thing? If you were at the Whirling, how do you know it was Kips who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the Kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Who's that?
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry.
Where do I find him? I think, didn't we see him before?
Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
The lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humor.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves.
Okay, I think we
His
did see him
tribe are
before.
natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Alright, guess we need to pay Sealing a visit then.
Guess so.
He grinned, contented with himself. I still think it's him. Alright, so let's head south, I guess, and see if we can find this guy. Was it this guy? Wait, what is this? Please,
A
I'll
lorry
come
stuck
on
in the
half-time
traffic
work
jam.
night shifts.
This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
Okay, what kind of
The
stickers and
driver
insignia?
has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It is the seal of
Okay.
Royalist era Revachol.
Okay, what about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Okay.
A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Okay.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Do you think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
I mean, I would agree too.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. He's over here, right? Yeah, I was pretty sure it was
Looking
this
for
guy.
something?
Okay, well, I guess we have to go talk to the other guy still. He said he was south of here, but I don't think it's gonna be him. We have to do our due diligence though. It's already 5:10. Alright, what is this? Is it this guy we need to talk to? What's through here?
There are clothes inside, cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Okay.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Okay.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Save the economy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
This doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving?
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving.
Oh, of course, of course.
Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
You're right. We've got to save Mother Economy, but I don't have children, I think. It's just nature. Powerful economies expand, weak economies go extinct. The economy is really just a distraction from the cultural issues, you know. Look, man, I just want to buy some clothes. But I don't have children, I think.
Too bad, officer. Kids make it all worthwhile. Without kids, who's going to be around to enjoy the economy? Don't let me stop you. Open the box and browse a little.
Okay, let's browse through the box.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Ew.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
Find something worth salvaging from that pile of rags.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Okay.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
No, we're not gonna buy it. But what's in this one?
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Inspect the sneakers.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those
Man,
sneakers
he's just
are
got
the
all
latest
kinds of
found
goods.
sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Oh yeah, let me just jump right on that.
Only? That's madness.
Yeah, that is.
Fun ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Inspect the speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. A small heated emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara.
So
The
yeah,
speakers
this must be the
themselves
guy,
don't seem
right?
to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
Uh-huh. Poor little speakers. Pat them, but I already looked at the sneakers. What about the speakers, though? Doesn't anyone want the speakers? Poor little speakers.
No, don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at them. Check out these super cool, fun ultras instead.
Yeah, right.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But that's why I want them. I think I might be a lo-fi socialist junk myself. You're right, I don't have the time for junk. I need a luxury life. Let's see.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't know it myself. Pause. I want the speakers. Wait, what if I do deserve more than a lo-fi socialist sound system? I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them,
He pauses for a moment, calculating it's going to be crazy expensive, and we're going to say
But
no.
see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground.
Oh no.
If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
So if we want speakers, we gotta buy the shoes too.
So you have to buy the sneakers first.
Okay. Alright, what does this say?
Hey. Psst.
Look around.
Psst. Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word on the
You
street?
keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket.
I don't know
Literally
about all
murder
that.
all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind.
I don't think so.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
It's too tiring. I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society.
Exactly.
Everyone knows this. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No.
Nobody mentioned
I'm
that.
sure I heard someone say cocainism.
No.
Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then, lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
Goodbye, communism. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
You see a Samarran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin.
Hello, hello.
The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Okay.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
Yes.
You're very cool.
He's a sucker.
Bang, 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 bang.
He makes both his fingers into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Okay.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
No. It's a safety hazard. We're not being
What?
too...
No finger pistols, officer? Pew pew!
The street vendor makes a little pew-pew sound. I'm not here to play finger pistols. I'm here on official business. What do you think is going to happen when all those finger bullets come raining down to earth? So we need to be serious. We're trying to become respectable again. I'm not here to play finger pistols. I'm here on official
The
business.
lieutenant nods approvingly.
Thank you. I finally did something to make my partner not think I'm a stupid piece of crap.
You're right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Strictly business. Maybe I can interest you in some premium menswear instead.
Let's see. Where are you from, Ceiling?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
Uh-huh.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samarran Isola.
Okay, so you're from Apricot Suzanity, right?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Sea Guy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Don't fret, let him answer. So we're just going to let him answer.
That's right, officer. But it's a bad scene for business there. Too many regulations. Extremely bad for an independent local entrepreneur.
Okay, see, he didn't take any offense. It's fine.
Hey, why not support this local entrepreneur? You can start by buying a pair of sexy pants or cool sunglasses. Maybe some macaroni?
Macaroni? Does he got food crates over there? All right, what's your stance on drug stealing?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
We're looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
Uh-huh.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right?
Yes.
I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
Yes, he is.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you forgot to tell me, so you were embarrassed to tell me. Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation in the harbor? Stealing, my source tells me you're the one transporting drugs to the Union. So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Okay, well, my source tells me you're the one transporting drugs from the Union.
No! That's insane! It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that?
Yes, we have many times, actually. Initially, I thought he was hauling drugs. Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
Okay.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
Okay.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now. You're wasting my time. Tell me who is transporting the drugs. Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff. It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
If you don't want to get into this mess, you have to give us a reason to move on. We're buddies, Ceiling. Help us out. No one will know it was you. Let's play, let's play like we're friends.
It's a she, okay?
A she.
The other drivers call her the lady driver.
Okay.
You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Okay. Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Point to the pale. Yeah, okay. Dazed out strange. That was the lady we couldn't talk to. Let's ask if it's her.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
Yeah, but you hear things, right?
He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Because you want us to sell us your cool shoes, don't you?
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
Yeah, our friend that we talked to originally.
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
Let's see. Persuade him to give you some money? Sure, let's try it. We'll
No
fail.
need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
I want your money now.
Oh, okay. But
He's
why,
feeling
officer?
stops, his face suddenly serious. But why, officer? I don't know. It's the only thing I can come up in my head to ask you. I need to get money somehow.
Ah, yes. Money is very important.
The street vendor nods, dead serious.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
He looks at the vendor.
Sorry, detective.
The man grins as if the entire incident is already forgotten. Alright, I'll look around, thanks. Alright, what is this? So we definitely are going to have to check out that that lady we couldn't talk to. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Okay, what if we go back and talk to the other two lorry drivers? Now that we have this new information. Because he said everybody was talking about her. Here's the one. Alright, so can you tell us about her?
Hello again, my man. What's
I
on
heard
your
that
mind?
one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
He shifts around suddenly, uncomfortable, then looks away. Why? Do you know something? What is it? I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved with the drug business.
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Well, what does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
I wonder if she was the one who was painting
What
the
color
stuff
hair?
on the balcony.
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Wasn't it?
Then she may have dyed it again.
I don't know. Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
When did she leave?
I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
Yeah, unfortunately, my guy.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Believe us, it really is.
I just can't, man. I'm not naive.
You said she's troubled, but how?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
Wait. Huh. There was a lady we talked to at the beginning of the game
She
that was
shared
kind of
this
like
with you?
this.
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
It's not snitching, it's just a few questions.
It's snitching, man. I know what it is.
I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Okay.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
When she... Well, hold on. Her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Man, go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
Okay.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one.
Yeah.
The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something.
Could be.
Wait, This guy says they're friends, then acquaintances, and he's okay with others ratting her out.
Yeah, that's true too. You're alright with others ratting her out, you just don't want your hands dirty. Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it. She's a suspect, and I need you to tell me where she is, or I can't finish the investigation. Fine, I will drop the matter for now. So you're alright with others ratting her out. You don't want your hands dirty.
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it.
You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man.
Okay, I will find another way.
Thank you, friend. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
Alright, so that's all for now. Let's go see if we can talk. Let's see if that lady will talk to us. Where is she? She was, like, down around here somewhere, I think. Right here? Maybe now we can talk to her? Hello? Ma'am?
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
Okay, now can we snap the fingers in front of her face?
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you jolted her back to reality. Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
What's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Okay, when else would you be then?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro.
Okay.
Until you came along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory? Who's Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
Okay, she shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
Alright.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured
In
up.
all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
So, right, I have some other questions for you, police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains and memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard. Okay, are you the lady driver? You seem like... Yeah, are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Harife?
Well, aren't you a lady?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
Uh-oh.
I'm a lady like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams.
So you're not the driver everyone's terrified of?
I'm only terrifying to small children. And to those who used to know me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Who is the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
Okay, well, why are you scared of people who used to know
Because
you?
they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Okay, that's all I needed to know, thanks.
Sim.
The woman stares at you, her mind elsewhere now on other matters. What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Really?
Of course not. But
What?
wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, but what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Wait, you get high off driving a lorry?
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Herife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, Lowman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos's bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
I guess so. Before I came, thank you for now. Let's just say thank you for now.
Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Her voice trails off. So she didn't really know anything. We have one more person to talk to, and then we will conclude this episode. So let's go talk to our the racist guy over here and see if he knows about the lady.
Looking for something?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up, where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sealing didn't do it. Or first, you knew Sealing didn't do it. Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, wits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Just tell me where the lady driver
You
is.
all bark and no bite. The real dogs are up in Jamrock. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
You mean La Puta Madre?
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime
we heard about
outfit
this.
in Revachol West.
Yeah, him.
Okay, cross your arms and nod. Let's
Then
let
I
Kim
presume
go.
you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little...
Unsure where this is leading.
He's got them all over the unions.
Okay.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Okay, say nothing.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid racist is standing in the way, protecting this thief.
Which means
I'm
that
not
he's
scared
gonna
of
get
you
mad.
or the mob. I'm
The
under the
mob leader is
protection
gonna
of
get
the
mad?
Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
I don't know if that
You've
matters.
seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look like his friends protected him?
Exactly.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod.
I guess we have to take over
Be
now.
careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Ugh, I don't know. We're gonna fail this. This is half-light. I feel like we had some gear for half-light, right? Oh, I guess we can't do that. Half-light. Is there anything we can put in it to help? Can we add a point here? And see if that helps? It's even now. Let's see if that helps.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Okay, why don't you and me step outside for a little talk? Look, I'm sorry. Can you just tell me what you know? Oop.
What do you think we're doing right now, runt? We're outside talking.
I mean, I guess that is silly. I mean, do you want to find some place private to... No.
There's some kind of thing?
No, just tell me what you know.
Make me, runt.
Ugh.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Okay, we're done for now. Although now that I used all of my morale stuff, I feel like I need to go buy some more. Because that stuff is coming super, super handy. Let's see if we can find out where it's at.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Okay.
The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
We don't need a raincoat right now. We do need some medicine though, right?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No, where was... Oh, is this one? That's where we want to get stuff
A
from?
small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
+1 morale, +3 morale. Alright, if we get this, does that give us 3 charges?
Okay, here.
Yes,
I hope
okay.
Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Because if you buy 3 of these, that would be more expensive than 1 Hypnogamma. Alright, so that'll be good. Now, can we turn in... We have a little bit of tear.
Your bottles clunk into the
Only
machine,
20 cents,
and the money
but it's
appears
still
with a satisfying
money.
jingle.
Alright, it's not a whole lot, but hey, every little bit adds up. Although I think we might have to find some more if we're supposed to pay in advance. But I think that is going to be a problem for next time. We are now at 6:15. We have made some pretty good progress, I think. But the jam mystery, we have to find out who the lady driver is and where's her lorry. We have to find money for rent and pay guard, so we need a little bit more. 20 real. It looks like we're gonna have to prioritize that because we don't have a whole lot of stuff. We need to find a free place to stay at, so that one's gonna be a bit nervous. We still have several other things that we have to do, and hopefully we will be able to do that in the next episode. So if you like this content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Liara27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description, and if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/Liara27. And I hope you join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye.